This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Oporto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen, grilled, not fried. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to another Big Couch, our second last for the year. Coming to you from our fantastic studio location in downtown Leederville. You saw the Luna Cinema there in the opener. And this is where we make the show every single week at SIDE, the School of Isolated Distance Education. It's the biggest school in the world, 3,000 students. And thank you to SIDE for allowing us to use the amazing TV studio, which is all over there. Now on the show today, folks, let me tell you who we've got on. We have got Brendan Murdson talking TV. We're going to talk about something amazing to do with food that's coming here to WA. We've got a couple of fantastic authors as well. We're talking diabetes with Cheryl Westland, and then we've got Cara Walker talking marriage equality. It's a big show, music as well. Hope you can stick around because a Big Couch starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch.
Welcome to The Couch. Hope you can stick around for the next hour. We've got an amazing act coming up now. They've just won a karaoke competition in Fremantle here in WA. They're called the Band of Misfits, and they're going to open with an amazing song. And don't forget, we've got Scoots Spin It to Win It coming up soon. Here are the Band of Misfits to open The Couch.
To a million worries, wondering if you'll find your way. You can't be carried through this life with resistance through your day. We're
Fantastic. That is the band of Misfits. I've got to get it right. And Tony's told me it's got double S in it, hasn't it, Tony? There you go. There's the CD on my desk. Now, the CD's out at the moment. It's called, the new album, that is, 5 songs on it, Into the Storm. Look out for it on a fantastic iTunes, all good record stores. Into the Storm, the band of Misfits. Thank you very much for being in today. A man that's never a misfit, Brendan Murdson, is here to talk about TV. Hello, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good. I'm here to talk to you about a few things happening on TV at the moment. So Body Hack is a documentary.
Oh, I like this one.
That you were telling me about that you saw.
Yep.
It was filmed around the world for over 6 months with Todd Sampson. So he's been on Gruen
Yes.
Transfer in the project.
And he's a media executive or advertising executive. Everybody knows, there he is there. He's quite a healthy man. He's around 50 years of age, believe it or not. So he's not quite young. Yeah. Because last night, or when I watched the episode, the guy was 23, 24, and he actually turned around and said, well, you're 20 years younger. So he'd be about 44.
Really?
Over,
Okay.
he said, over 20 years younger than me. So
Yeah, he looks good for his age.
he's fit for his age.
Well, on this doco, he's like traveling around the world and seeing how far he can push his body and seeing what our limits are and seeing how other people live in different parts of the world. And it's really interesting. It's amazing. Like, I'd be a bit scared to do this stuff, but
It's quite controversial as well, because the first episode I saw had them killing a baboon and eating it. And what they did was, I won't go through it, but they sort of killed the baboon. And it was quite controversial because a lot of people complained. So he doesn't fear doing things that are different, as you saw in that package there. I think it works. For me, it's something different.
it's something different, yeah.
And I think it's good for TV because it moves away from his usual marketing executive or advertising executive role on the ABC, and also his controversial topics on the project, which he does quite well.
Yeah, well, it's a show that makes people think and shows you what you can actually do. And the baboon thing's actually pretty interesting because he's a vegetarian, so he was actually putting his own, beliefs behind him to experiment what it's like for this tribe. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. So it's on
Fantastic.
Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock on Channel 10.
All right, what else we got?
So all the reality TV is finishing up at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
Gogglebox ended a couple of weeks ago. For me,
that's
I
gone
love
already.
Gogglebox.
I like Gogglebox as well. And
But I did watch Celebrity Family Feud with the Prisoner Gang, the old Prisoner show, versus
I didn't see
Wentworth.
that.
Was fantastic with Grant Denyer. Watched that a couple of weeks ago. And they're doing one for Neighbours. And they're going to do a whole heap of celebrity stuff over Christmas as well.
okay. Well, the other shows that are finishing up are The Bachelorette, Australian Survivor, and The X Factor. So they're all coming to an end.
Oh, can't wait for that crap to finish.
So Bachelorette and Australian Survivor, the finals are this week. So we'll see what happens there. But the X Factor live finals are still going to be
It's the
going on
ending?
for a few more weeks.
They're going to axe it, are they?
Well, no, it's just coming
It's
to
a
an end a
shame.
bit quicker than usual because they're actually getting rid of 4 contestants for
I
the
reckon
first
if
week.
they just get rid of the 4 hosts, it'd be even better.
The
Just
host and the 4 judges,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? One host, just let them sing and don't judge them every week. And maybe it's more like we used to do in the old days where people get given a go.
Yeah.
I'm sick of The Voice, X Factor, Australia's Got No Talent, all these shows. Do you get bored with them? They're all the same stuff every single week.
At least stars do come from the X Factor, though. Like there have
How
been
many have come out of Channel 7?
from the X Factor. Well, there's like Nathaniel and Samantha Jade and Reese
are they?
Maston, and names that I recognise. But on The Voice, there hasn't been anybody.
Look, I agree with you.
So-
There's some people there. Is that a man or a lady with a... Look like our floor manager a few years ago. And I'm not talking about Katie.
This is a 3-seat challenge where they had to choose a top 3 for their group and get rid of some really good people. So Mel B's coming back and getting the leftovers of the
I
people
know
that weren't
people
chosen.
love this show. My family watches. I just don't watch a lot of these music shows anymore.
Yeah.
But do you watch them, honestly?
I like the
you
X
watch
Factor because I feel like there's a big variety of people in it. But
Well, I think there's something there
I
for
agree.
everybody. Can I just tell you, there's a couple of shows I absolutely love. I want to urge people to watch Dr. Doctor on Channel 9. I reckon it's probably one of the best drama shows. I'm glad 9 have agreed to re-sign and do another series after this one's finished. Dr. Doctor, do yourself a favour. You know him from Rush. You know the guy from the Hyundai commercial. His name is Rodney, I think. Is that his name? The actor that stars in Dr. Doctor? I think Roger. Sorry, Roger his name is. You know him. You'll see him from the Hyundai ads. Wonderful show. Dr. Doctor, Thursday nights on 9. And I love the show about a TV show with all these great talented people, The Wrong Girl. Do you watch that?
I watched like the first few minutes of it, and then it said, to show what happened in this episode, this is a flashback. And I was like, I'm not watching a flashback episode, so
fair enough.
I didn't watch it.
I like that. I don't particularly, I said to you, I don't like the sister of another daughter or whatever
The
it's
Secret
called.
Daughter. See, I tried that, and it's unique. It's good that Jess Mauboy's leading a show, and it's a different story, but it's a bit something off about it.
And I know you got something else to talk about Telethon, but I was just going to say congratulations to Channel 9 as well. The Today Show have won the ratings for the whole year for Today, Carl and Lisa, well done. They've finally beaten Sunrise. Sunrise maybe need to look at themselves, maybe have a few changes, like get rid of Koshi and the host maybe. And look, congratulations to Carl and Lisa. With all the controversies this year, they've done incredibly well to become #1 breakfast show in
Also,
Australia.
guess who also won in the ratings? Studio 10 beat The Morning Show and Today Extra for the first time a couple of weeks ago.
And do you know what? That doesn't surprise me because people are sick of news all the time.
Yeah, Studio 10 is variety. There's like a lot of
At
different
least
things
they
on there,
talk
so it's
about
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's loose and it's really badly technically run. And it works. People like raw television. Look at us. Anyway,
So the last thing we want to talk about is telethon. So
thank you very much for your kind donation. Thank you
That's-
very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
Very good. Did they
You know
even sing
song?
that this year?
They only sing it right at the last 30 seconds. At the end of the
Okay,
song.
I remember in the old days they used to sing it every time it got over like
We used to get
$1,100,000 or
up
something.
when I was a kid, and it was hard. We used to get up and run around the lounge room in those days, and we used to sing.
celebrate
Thank you
with
very
them.
much for your kind donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Now they don't
Do you
it
have to
anymore.
pay to sing that now?
No, no,
Okay.
it's not. It's copyright. It's copyright
Okay.
royalty free.
Okay.
But 49th year of telethon.
Yeah, and they raised over $26 million, which is pretty good.
There it is. There.
at
The only
the Perth
person I
Convention
recognise
Centre.
from that whole telethon is Fat Cat. So who were the
There were
stars?
the people from Home and Away and Saturday Disney,
Oh,
Secret
yes, I know
Daughter,
him from
800
6PR.
Words. Yeah, there's Basil, News People.
Well done to Basil Zemplis too. I think he's hosted about 10 of them. He's a shining light at Channel 7. He's probably the highest paid at Channel 7. Also at 6PR, he does very well. So wonderful job by Basil once again to host the whole event and close it as well.
Very good. Marsha Hines was there as well.
Hmm.
She was a performer. And yeah, so it was pretty successful for,
How much did they raise again?
so just over 26 million.
Now, I did say to you off air, I'll just say to people, I find it amazing with telethon. We were talking about telethon because you're a little bit younger than me and you've been watching it in the new days. I was watching it maybe 40 years ago when it was in the studio.
I remember it in the studio
Look,
as well.
I think they lost a lot when they moved it from the studio to the convention centre. I think it becomes less personal and not intimate, which I love TV studios. I think the public has also disjointed itself from it a little bit because they don't feel connected like they used to touch the stars. Now it's on a stage. I also think a lot of the donations come from corporate, where it used to be more about the people at home ringing up and saying, I'll pay $20 if Fred takes his clothes off. That type of stuff.
That still happened. That still happened a few
Yes,
times.
but not $20. Can I say to you, I used to actually stay up at night. We used to stay in front of the TV and stay up and watch telethon, never go to sleep. Our parents would say, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. And we'd say, no, I've got to watch Fat Cat and Friends or whatever it is. Now we actually still sit in front of the TV, but we actually fall asleep watching telethon. So I want them to have more entertainment and more variety next year. Where's the strippers? Where are the cooks? Where are the fun things?
Maybe
they used
put
to
a
do?
word in for the 50th year and see.
Well,
see what
next year
happens.
is the 50th year. Basil Zemplis promised it's going to be the biggest year ever. I hope 50 million next year. It might even be, a little rumour that I'll set for you, it might even be the last year that they televise it and take a
You
leaf out
reckon?
of Channel 9's book. Look, Appeal-a-thon hasn't been aired for about 15 years at Channel 9. Variety run it. They still raise squillions for charity and they don't do the telecast.
I think
There
it
you
would
go.
be a shame if they didn't do the telecast. I think it's just like a WA institution. It's the most successful telethon in the world
How
as
much
well.
of it did you watch?
Like per capita. I did watch bits of. I actually went and watched it for the first time as
Oh,
well.
good.
I
Were
went
you
there.
bored?
Well, a couple of people I knew were on the panel, so I wanted to have a watch.
Talking
but
about
yeah.
people, let's quickly, because I know they're wrapping us up. Taylor Divatini, well done for your first performance on Australian television. It's a shame it was on Channel 7, no one saw it, but can I just say to you, congratulations. It was nice to see all my friends from 6PR, and Taylor Divatini, of course, one of our former presenters. Well done. Look forward to seeing big things from Taylor on TV and radio to come soon. Maybe 92.9's Brekkie show over summer. Who knows? Well done. You're back next week.
Yep, last show next week.
Yep, last show.
All right.
Brendan Murdson, thank you for being here today.
No worries. Thank you for
We'll
having
talk
me.
more TV next week. Stay tuned. After the break, we've got more coming up. We're talking diabetes. We're talking about a great new food idea. And more. Cara's talking marriage equality as well. Stay tuned. You're watching The Couch 577, only on Foxtel. Welcome back to The Couch. It's always nice to talk food. We've got a fantastic event coming up in Perth on November the 12th. Only a few days away, 10 days or so. But you've got tickets still available. We've got 320 of these tickets. We need you to book them, folks. Now, let me tell you about this guy called Ben Daly. He's a wonderful West Australian that's moved over east and also overseas. But he's starting up a wonderful thing called Bite, Sip, Stroll. 3.5 journey around 4 fantastic restaurants where you bite some food, sip some wine, I'm assuming, and you stroll around if you can still stand. Let's talk to Ben Daly. He's on the phone. And congratulations, Ben. Welcome to the couch.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here as well. Tell me about this wonderful creation of yours called Bite, Sip, Stroll.
Well, it's all about experiencing 4 top restaurants in one afternoon, which I think is pretty unique proposition for foodies out there.
How on earth did you come up with this idea, or why did you do it?
Well, I'd say the seeds were probably planted on a holiday in France, actually. I was living in Amsterdam at the time, and I was on holiday with my girlfriend, Madeline, who's also the co-founder of Bite Sip Stroll. And we just found ourselves constantly grazing. So food was amazing, the weather was amazing, the wine was also amazing, and we just wanted to experience as much as possible.
Fantastic. Now, sorry, go ahead.
I thought it was that type of, experiencing as many venues in a single day as possible was the type of thing that would work well in Oz, because we've got all of those things. We love Australian food and we have great weather and wine.
Fantastic. Can I ask you why you stopped at 4 restaurants and not more?
I think 4 is because we do a standard glass of wine at each restaurant, so I think 2 more, it might be Bite Strip Roll.
Yeah, well, Lee, I was going to say you'd have to add the and roll home part of it. And how's it going to work? 3.5 hours, and tell us the restaurants that are going to be involved.
Yeah, sure. We've got 1907, Print Hall, The Trustee, and The Flower Factory, which we think are 4 of Perth's best restaurants. And the way it works is that guests are broken into 4 groups, and each group will start at one of the restaurants, and they're served a food and wine pairing. They also get a glass of sparkling upon arrival at their first restaurant. So it's all about sampling the restaurant. So the dish and the wine is kind of the restaurant's way of showing you what it is that they do. So you experience your first restaurant. After about 45 minutes, you'll hop up and stroll down to your next restaurant, and you stroll to all 4 throughout the course of the afternoon.
Now, what happens if you've got some people that are slow eaters? Can you wait for them, or they have to be left behind, or they have to catch up?
They have to catch up. Well, we've run this event a couple of times in Brisbane. We've honed the timing pretty well. We find that 45 minutes to do the food and wine pairing works quite well.
Trust me, I think 45 minutes is enough for me to do 3 restaurants, but 3.5 hours is fantastic. 4 restaurants actually should be right. Now, tell me how you chose the restaurants. Was there a criteria, or did you have them on board for a while?
The restaurants have to be in close proximity of each other, obviously, so they're walking distance. But I guess we just did a lot of research, talking to a lot of foodies in Perth, talking to a lot of restaurants, and we couldn't be happier with the 4 that we've come up with.
No, they are fantastic restaurants, all centrally located here. Now, the price for this event, how much is it?
It's $129.
And that includes the 4 meals and the drinks?
Yes, and the sparkling on arrival, and we've got 2 free wine tasting stations as well, one located at the Flower Factory and another one at the Trustee.
Fantastic. Now, if people want to buy tickets, Ben, what do they need to do?
They can just go to the website, www.bitesipstroll.com.au. It's all available online.
Now, are you coming to Perth for the event? I can see the info's there. You're going to be here? And you're going to.
Yeah.
Do you need anyone to carry your bags, maybe, to carry the food, serve the plates?
I'll see you at the airport, Fred. I get in on Friday morning.
Yeah, look for the silver Hyundai i45. I'm serious, I'll be there. And I'll have a light on the roof saying, sip, let me get it right, Bite, Sip, Stroll. Fantastic event. I wish you could add the and at the end. I was saying and Fred would be great. But are we going to have more of these to come? Because I know this is your first one here in WA. We're going to look at having more restaurants involved. Can people contact you if they want to be involved, other restaurants?
Yeah, absolutely. They can contact us through our website. There's a contact form there, and the goal is to have multiple events. So I think 2 events a year would be great in WA or in Perth.
Fantastic. Well, Ben, thank you for shedding some light and hopefully getting our taste buds going. It sounds fantastic. Bite, Sip, Stroll debuts in Perth, November the 12th. You've still got about 10 tickets. I believe they close on a certain date. The tickets, Ben?
Ticket sales close on November the 9th.
And they are $129. It includes everything but the trip home. You can Uber yourself home after that. Thank you very much for being on the show today. I hope to meet you when you come to Perth. It sounds fantastic, and maybe we'll talk to you on 6PR.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Fred.
Well done. That's Ben Daly, of course, from Get It Right, Bite, Sip, Stroll, because I want to go to this event. So get it right go to that event, go to the website. All the details were on screen. If you missed it, go to our Couch website, thecouch.com.au, and maybe you'll have some fantastic food from 4 leading restaurants and some wine as well. I know someone that's the wine that just opened her eyes straight away. I was talking about Shaw Westland. I don't know what. Nisha, aren't these people rumour mongers? I say wine and they all laugh at Nisha. Nisha, welcome to the couch.
Thank you, Fred. I do like wine. I also do like eating, and I do like walking.
Cooking.
And cooking as well. So this is going to be a phenomenal event.
I think I'm going to go as well.
Yeah.
I think we're all going.
And
going.
It's
You
at
can all fit in my
lunchtime as
car.
well, which
Yes,
is
and
great.
What's funny, Di as well is sitting next to me, says we can all go. We can, all 4 of us, since Ben invited us. It will be fantastic, don't you reckon?
I think it'd be awesome.
That
I'm already
sounds
looking
lovely.
forward to it.
We're there,
I will
Ben.
be there. Da's got the outfit too.
It's in my diary.
Well, actually, the whole crew now wants to come. Ben, so if you're listening to this, Ben's hung up the phone, probably going, they're not going to make any money in Perth. They just looked at me and said, that's 4 restaurants in one. Nisha, you've got some fantastic news about Diabetes Week that's coming up in November and other stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Fred. We're joined again by the CEO of Diabetes Research WA, Cheryl Westland. Welcome again to the couch.
Hi, thanks. Great to be back.
It's always a pleasure having you on the couch because there's a lot of new research, a lot of new things happening. Particularly today, we want to talk about managing stress.
That's right, yeah.
So tell us a bit about the role of stress in
Yeah,
diabetes.
so high stress levels actually increase or upset the blood sugar levels. So we sort of came up with a bit of an idea of how we can help people with a tool to just reduce their stress or create some mindfulness, etc. for them. But I think some of the stress around people living with diabetes is, one, it's the demands of living with diabetes. It's a difficult condition. You have lots of things to think about. There are other things about worries about developing complications. You've got worries about not managing it correctly, and then there's always people saying, and the media as well, saying, well, you're not managing your diabetes, and it's very difficult. It changes from day to day, week to week. So
we get information from so many sources now, don't we? So,
we do.
It's important that people are getting information probably from the correct source.
That's
as well.
right. Yeah, correct source. And I think that unfortunately, the media thinks that they're doing a great service by bringing up the worst case scenarios, and sometimes that actually creates stress. So, we're all about hope and what we can change and what we can create in the future.
Absolutely, and there's so many ways to manage stress with diabetes and without diabetes. We all have stress in our life. One of the tools that you're promoting is a mindfulness colour-in tool, and I'm sure everyone in the audience have utilised this tool before. There are so many other things though too. So what about identifying signs and triggers and seeing an allied health professional?
That's right, yeah.
That's really important.
That's really important. Always very important to go back to your healthcare provider and just sort of get some tips and just to see how you're going. Sometimes you might need some medication changes, but getting back to our colouring page, we just love it. It's just such an exciting thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So have you had a lot of people going to your website to look at that?
It started, this is actually the first time we've really pushed it out, so it's a first time on the couch.
Yeah,
which is
lovely.
great.
And we will have it up on the screen, I think, shortly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure Fred's going to be doing it as we speak.
Oh, there we go.
It's up on the screen there. Lovely. So it's gorgeous. Tell us about this image, because it's obviously an important image.
Yeah, so it's the image of our hummingbird. The hummingbird is our logo, which that was a rebranding process we did a couple of years ago. And the hummingbird is the international symbol of hope. So, and the hummingbird is just so determined. It just continues until it finds what it's seeking. And we're seeking, a cure. So that sort of really fits with us.
Wonderful. So from hope, let's talk about choice. So what are some healthy choices people can make, including exercise?
Exercising. I think it's about finding something that is good for you to do, whether that's walking or visiting friends or, not participating in things that aren't healthy.
Yes, working out if it's functional.
That's
yes,
right, that's
absolutely.
the best thing to do, yeah. And if it's colouring, then that's really great,
Yeah.
And I think doing it regularly, that's the trick, because we sometimes think, oh, well, we'll do this once a year. That's not really going to help as much as just, scheduling something in every day.
So creating some routine.
Some routine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
That's
so
great.
now we've got an event coming up too. Tell us about the event and who your main speaker is, because this is really exciting. This is the
So
whole piece.
we have our World Diabetes Day event on the 11th of November, and that's at the Speech and Hearing Centre in Wembley. And this year we have a guest speaker who will give us an update on the closed loop system. So that's it's something that will revolutionise the way that we live with type 1 diabetes. And it's a multiple, I'll just give you a little
That'd
quick
be great,
overview,
yes,
because it's a bit hard to understand, but it's a multiple device system where we have the blood glucose levels are monitored, continuously monitored, and then that information is sent to another device, and that is then converted into how much insulin that an insulin pump will administer. So it's this continuous process.
Wonderful. So self-sustaining systems that
so
will make lives
reducing
easier.
and reducing high blood sugar levels and things like that for complications. So it's just
Wonderful.
fabulous. So he's going to come and give us an update. It's great.
Yeah, so in line with the symbol, hope is just so important in every area of our lives. But that's amazing.
It
so where
is.
can people find out more about going to the event?
They can just go to the website, which is diabetesresearchwa.com.au, and all the information's there. Free parking. We're having some great little healthy food, and come on down.
Wonderful, and it is a free event, isn't it?
It is a free
Which
event.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
and when
that's
is it again?
On the 11th of November.
11th of November.
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay, so make sure you get on that website. Any other news coming out of Diabetes Research WA?
There's always lots
sure
of research.
there's lots.
There's always lots of research, but I've got a little something here today that I wanted to give Fred.
Oh, perfect. Fred, you lucky man.
Yeah, we're it's just fantastic to be invited back on a regular occasion. So I thought we would give Fred one of our little pins.
That
so
is
you've got
really
we're
nice.
giving you your wings.
Is that making me like an ambassador?
Yes, that's right. You're our ambassador
Am
now.
I like an ambassador or a real ambassador?
Yeah, you're a real ambassador now.
That will be going on
Only
his
our
title.
ambassadors get them.
Do you know, it's having diabetes, I always love having you on because everything you say makes a lot of sense. I actually had a dream last night that I was going on dialysis. Now, not that that's a good dream, but that should be enough to scare me into thinking, I don't want to go on dialysis, but one of the biggest illnesses that comes from having diabetes, and it's one that gets out of control, is that you lose your kidney functions. And trust me, having two parents that have passed away because of kidney failure, it's a horrible dream and a horrible thing to live through. Turn back, get some help, because you might defer it. Even if you've got kidney damage, you can defer it from happening in 5 years. You could survive for another 15 years without any problems.
And the thing is that we need to, continue that the research effort, keep that focus on. We need to keep the foot on the pedal to make sure that we understand exactly what's happening. There's just so many other things like genetics as well. So
Fantastic, Sean. Well, thank you for being part of the show this year. You've
great.
been fantastic. Hopefully
Thank
have you
you.
back next year.
Absolutely.
Now,
love to be back.
Nisha, I just got this brought in to me because apparently you left this in the green room.
Oh, right.
Nisha actually did one of these pictures. I can't really tell if it is the original picture. It's actually quite different. Nisha put
it's so arty.
I was into stamps as a child, but no, look, I don't mind that
Have you ever
someone's done
thought
that
of
on
pottery
my
maybe? Getting a wheel and do so. Look, if Nisha can do it, obviously not that well.
Great.
That's the original. Yeah, but let's show a before and after because we don't want to,
You do realise, Fred, that it's
That's-
the process of mindfulness. So it doesn't matter what it ends up looking like. It's about the fact that I did it.
Well, that is good, and you obviously weren't taught to draw in the lines either. But that's
It's better to be
fantastic.
able to paint outside the lines.
Well done. There you go. Thank you to Nisha. Of course, she's just having a lot of fun with us in Shore Western, but she actually did do that one. So bad luck,
Fred.
Nisha, well done. Di Wilcox doesn't draw because she plays with toys by the looks of it. Welcome.
Toys.
Welcome back.
Growing up. Thanks
And can
for
I just
having me.
can I just check you out because I just want to make sure you don't carry any cakes with you.
No cakes. I'm saving that one. Maybe for Christmas. I should get you a cake.
You know what? I'm still holding a grudge because last time you ruined a perfectly good cake I was going to eat.
Well, I was
stuffed
still
my
eating
plans.
cake off my face all the way home.
Well, I still had it in my ears.
and you should try washing it out. It took me
I
forever
know.
getting it out of my hair.
You don't know in all the different cracks that I had cake.
I don't think we want to know too much information.
Trust
Fred.
me,
Yeah.
I slip slided all the way home. Welcome back, Di.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to have you back here. Now, you've got some toys here, but you've also got a beautiful dress.
I do.
I
Do
thought
you wanna
we
see my
might
dress?
tell us a little bit about it before we show it.
Okay, so there's this fantastic international designer. Her name is Ludvika Verga.
Yeah.
And I got in touch with Ludvika because I was just so impressed with what she was doing for young women. And she does these really fun designs. She's based in Bali. Where she gets the Balinese young women to make all her things, and then she funds their education, which I just loved in itself. And then she travels to Milan and Paris and New York with all the top designers and sells her wares.
What's the outfit you're wearing now? Is it a reject from the ABBA musical?
You
Because I
know what?
looked at
It's
it.
not. It's one of
It's
my
beautiful,
favourite.
because I love ABBA,
it's,
as you know.
It's Coco Chanel.
Let's have a look there.
You know
Which
Coco
camera?
Ch-
Camera 1, 3?
Camera
Okay,
3,
there you go.
There
There's
you
the
go.
age.
And she just did an amazing job, and
It
it's
is
so
beautiful,
intricate. And yeah, I have so much fun wearing it.
And do you know what? For summer as well, is it cool?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks incredibly
Yeah.
light and beautiful.
It's beautiful.
What's it made of?
I think it's got a few
Mix of
different,
polyester
it's got a
cotton.
mix of a few different
Can
fabrics.
people buy that if they
Yes,
want it?
they can. They can go to her website, which is Moi Moi, and I'll spell that. It's MUA. But if you want to know more, just contact me
Go to
via
your
my
website.
website.
Beautiful.
And I'll let you know.
Tell me about the other things that she's all
Yeah,
about.
so she makes these gorgeous dolls, and each doll is a different designer. So she's got Karl Lagerfeld, this is Coco Chanel,
hold that
which
up for
matches
her.
my dress she sent over to
Oh,
me.
look at that.
But you'll see the dolls are not your average dolls. So they've all got scars on them. And the thing I really loved about that was when I asked her what it meant, she said, well, what the dolls do is they take away all the negative energy from you so
I
that
like
you
that.
can give good vibes and have good energy
So
out.
when we're talking about scars, see these little red marks here, guys? So that's telling everyone that we all carry scars, don't we? So
all
you can see
carry
them on
scars.
this lovely lady.
And it gives us hope. It says, you know, everybody has their own story.
Mm-hmm.
We've all had things happen to us in our life that we have to deal with, but we can get past them. And you know what? Our scars make us a stronger person. And I just love the fact that she's sending these messages of hope to our young people. And, it kind of brings the big kid out in everybody.
Well, it's helping people actually face their sometimes their nightmares, sometimes their fears, sometimes their troubles, emotional scars as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking it's a good way because having something like this, it's also very personal.
It
You know
is.
what it's for. You don't need to, it's not like you're advertising a word anywhere on it. You know what it is every time you hold it and look at it.
Absolutely.
It's like a stress
and
ball to
it's a
me.
bit of pop art as
Yep.
well. So it's pop art, it's funky, it's something that you can really enjoy.
It
but
looks
you
a
know,
little bit like you.
oh, thank you.
Just the necklace is missing.
I don't mind looking like Coco Chanel. That'd be all right. But you know, I work with very young children,
Yep.
and I don't want children to be told that life's butterflies and rainbows because the fact is life can be tough. And if we can teach children from a young age what true resiliency means is that you are going to face problems, you're going to face challenges, but there are ways to overcome them and give them the strategies they need to overcome them rather than saying you'll be fine. How do I work through them? And you know, when I saw what she did, I just thought, what a great symbol for our young people to walk
positive
around
messages.
with.
And you know what? You're right about young people today. Not all of them. And I will say not all of
Mm.
them because it just depends on what sort of luck they've had in life, I
Absolutely.
guess. But I find there's a lot of negativity in young kids. There's not a lot of future dreams and ambitions anymore. They all think they're not good enough these days. Have you heard that?
Oh, I just said I gave a corporate talk last week and I was saying it scares me the lack of self-esteem our children have. Now, you know, they have this massive sense of entitlement and they expect so much, but their self-esteem and belief in themselves is unbelievable.
It's incredibly low, and we don't know why, because I always say, geez, your world is beautiful, it's better than when I was growing up, and yet they don't believe it.
Well, I think a lot of that comes down to we've become a very self-centred world because of technology.
Yep.
We spend a lot of time on our own, and when you're on your own a lot, you think mainly about yourself. So if you can get young people to start thinking, how can I contribute positively to my community, to the people around me, you take that mindset off themselves and onto another person.
Now, Christmas coming up, school holidays and all that, what sort of things do you suggest kids get involved with to try and make their life a little bit more positive and fun over the break? What should parents do?
Well, at Christmas time, I actually run the charity Cinderella Kids, and we actually encourage parents who take their children shopping to buy a gift for, it's similar to the wishing tree, but buying a gift for a child less fortunate. But what this year our focus is mainly on teenagers because we're finding everyone wants to buy for the younger children,
But
and
they
the teens are
forget
missing
the
out.
teens.
And there's that age group where, you know, we all want to receive something at
Yeah, and
Christmas
I
and
actually
be
think
felt
the
special.
little kids get spoilt as it is.
Yeah, they get a
always
lot.
spoilt
They
from
get a
everything.
lot. And because they look cute and it's easy to buy for, we do that. But, you know, the teens, while they might look a little bit sullen, and they're desperately calling out for some love and attention. So I'd love to see more people go and you know, buy for them. Or do
Fantastic,
something
Di.
for your community.
Where can we get the dolls from?
So, again, from her website, Moi Moi, or contact me.
Spell
and I'll
me
put
the
you
name, sorry.
MUA.
MUA?
MUA.
MUA, pretty easy, .com.
And it means kiss in Spanish. How gorgeous is that? Oh,
Well,
Fred.
well. I knew it had to come out. As long as it's not cakes, I don't care. Thank you very much. I lost track there because she got me a little bit hot under the collar. No, thank you very much. Your website as well, Di, if people want more information,
Is
you're wonderful.
DiWilcox.com.au.
Do you know what you're doing for the Chrissy show next week or for the final show next week?
Do you know what? I'll leave that as a surprise. It might be another cake.
Oh, God. Oh, it's a shame we've had to cut you. We've run out of spare time. Thank you to DiWilcox.com. She's wonderful, and we hope to see her next week if we don't run out of time. Thank you to Nish and to Shell. Think Diabetes, very important Diabetes November coming up. Check out the website, and we'll see you at the other end of this break because we are talking Spin It to Win It. We're giving someone a chance of winning two return tickets flying Scoot to Singapore. Join us after the break. Well done. Thank you. Time now to play my favourite game on the show. It's called Scoot's Spin It to Win It. And thank you to Scoot for being a fantastic sponsor of this segment for the last 12 months, thereabouts. And we're going to give a chance to one of our home viewers today. His name is Matthew Ridley. He's from Safety Bay, Rockingham here in WA. Welcome to the couch. Well done for scoring a spot on the wheel.
Yeah.
Are you excited, Matt?
I am very excited.
Now, tell me the Matthew story, because you told me you've been watching The Couch for years. And why were you watching it?
Well,
someone forced you to
Mum
watch?
used to force us to watch it.
Was that like a punishment?
Yeah, I think so at the beginning, but we grew to like it.
Really?
Yeah.
And
It wasn't like a punishment, it was just like, you know, spending time with her.
Really?
So, yeah, 'cause that's where you spend time
And
with
what's
her.
your mum's name? Because I want you to look at that camera there and say hello to your mum.
Hi,
Thank
Mum,
her.
Deborah Ridley.
And thank her.
That's it. Oh, yeah, thank you for forcing me to watch this brilliant show. It's great.
Wonderful. And tell me a little bit about the Matthew Ridley story. What do you do?
I run a process serving company, so it's...
Process serving, is that like serving people
Yeah,
with court
serving
orders?
court documents.
Oh, you haven't got any for me?
No,
Good.
no, you've been
You're
paid
welcome
your
on
bills,
this show.
so it's
Wonderful.
good.
So is that a hard job to do?
It's interesting.
Do you ever get people want to beat you up or
All the time.
refuse to take it?
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. You get people who try to avoid and things like that, but no, I can smile and talk my way out of
What
most
happens if they
situations.
refuse to take it? Do you just
I
throw it
can't
and run?
force them. No, if I speak to them, I can leave it on the floor. Or
There
do
you
it,
go.
So, yeah.
Great job. Now today you're going to try and play for a trip for two or flights for two return on Scoot. You've never been to Singapore?
Never been to Singapore, no.
So do you want to know what else is on the wheel?
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, we've spent a lot of money here. Look at our fantastic model. Can you see? Oh, Tony. Oh, that's good. So you can see the budget's gone down a bit since we were here last year. You can win some of Zito fantastic prizes, folks. Here they are. There's a hammer drill, there's a orbital sander, an engraver, a buffer, a hammer drill again, twin cutter, nail gun. You're also going to be winning some fantastic Ma Buddies. They're like a little backpack, and fantastic for the kids under about 8 years of age. You'll win one of those. And we've got $50 vouchers to Moondine Joe's in restaurant in Fremantle. Or you've been there before, have you?
Yeah, I've been there before.
Is it good?
Yeah,
What's
it's
one of the
alright.
best dishes at Moondine Joe's?
I can't remember what I had. I think I had a steak
Does
or
it-
something. So
Steak.
that was
Good,
okay.
fantastic. All right, I'm going to tell you, we're going to give you a chance at winning today. We want you to win because it's our second last show for the year. I've got a couple of Scoot logos for you.
Yep.
Where would you like them? Pick a number from 1 to 7.
Get them 3.
You want one on number 3? What about the other one?
Number...
I'll put that on there.
6 will do.
Number 6 as well?
6.
Okay, I'll put that on. Now, if the Scoot logo falls down, you win automatically, all right?
Oh, good work.
All right, but I'm
hopefully
going to
you-
give you another chance because it's coming up to the end of the year.
Yep.
I'm also going to give you number 5.
Oh, good work.
Okay, Matt? It's pretty easy. You need to spin this fantastic wheel, have a big spin, and if we land on any 6 on the wheel, or any 3 on the wheel, or any 5, you win. If not, you still win a great prize. Spin it for us.
All right.
Well done. Matthew Ridley, everybody, from Safety Bay, Rockingham in WA, playing our second last giveaway for 2 tickets returned flying Scoot Airlines to Singapore. Let's hope you land on one of the stars or one of the logos, and if you do, you'll win. If not, you'll take home some fantastic prizes thanks to Azito. Now, for all those people watching, one more competition winner next week.
Oh! Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Matthew.
Thank you.
Look at Matthew. He's so happy. What have you got to say? You're going to Singapore.
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
Let me
It's
just
gonna
say,
be fun.
Tony, you won't be able to have that free ticket anymore. Sorry about that. Matthew, who are you going to take with you?
Oh, I have to take my wife. Yeah,
Really?
I have
Can
to
you-
take Amelia with me.
Amelia?
Yep.
You want to tell her you're going to Singapore, Amelia?
Amelia, we're going to Singapore.
Well done. Give him a round of applause this year. Well done, Matthew.
Thank you.
It is a great pleasure to give you those tickets. Thanks to Scoot as well, Dennis and all the team there at Scoot headquarters in Queensland. Well done.
Thank you.
Do you know roughly when you're going to go between now and March?
I'll have to work it out.
I'm sure you'll find a few days break.
I'm sure
There you
I
go. Matthew Ridley from WA takes out the second last giveaway. Next week, it's our grand final show for the year, and we're going to try and give away the last 2 tickets on the show. So stay tuned. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you very much.
Now, don't forget, there's amazing deals on the flyscoot.com website. They're going to Athens next year. You can go to Malaysia, Sri Lanka, anywhere in the world where Fly Scoot goes, or Scoot Airlines, and maybe even go Scoot Biz. They're wonderful. Thank you to Scoot. Now, somebody that will probably go there once the Marriage Equality Act gets passed, and that might be very soon, is my very own fairy herself, Cara Walker. Over to you.
Thank you, Fred. Once again, we're on the couch discussing marriage equality. It is a topic that we're very passionate about here at the couch, and I feel very honoured to have somebody who can actually bring a little bit more light on the situation now that it's come up into our politician rooms again. With the plebiscite going on and going off, I thought we'd bring in a little bit of advice. So today we're joined by Farida, who is a campaigner for equality. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you for having me.
Great. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, what does marriage equality mean to you?
Well, it's about our dignity especially for our young people. It's about saying we're as good as the next person. It's good about saying our love is just as good as any other person's love.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what it is.
Great. And so the plebiscite was, there was quite a lot of momentum going along. We heard a lot about it in the media, but now it's off the table. What does that mean?
The plebiscite was very, very unpopular among LGBTI people, and it's not hard to see why. Basically, the Christian right, it was very, very clear they were going to launch a very vicious attack on our young people. Okay. And so that's what they saw it as, an opening to do that. And so, yeah, a lot of the community just sort of banded together and say, no, we can't allow that attack on our young people.
Sure, they're quite vulnerable.
Yes, yes, yes. And so the community overall is in a good mood about having defeated that plebiscite. And yeah, I think now is a good time for campaigning for marriage equality while the community's in a good mood. That the plebiscite was defeated, and why not go on to the next thing? Why not keep fighting for what we actually want, which is marriage equality?
Okay, so what does that mean for your campaign now that it's off the table? Where can we go from here?
It means we got to get organised.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually think now is a good time to implement community control of the campaign.
Okay.
That means mass community meetings where everybody has a vote, anybody can come, and yeah, anybody can put their ideas forward, just a flowering of activity. And yeah, I'm going to try and get some momentum towards that happening across the country, but also, particularly here in Perth, I want us to have a mass community meeting about what do we do.
Sure.
How do we draw in everybody?
Okay, so we often hear about it in the media, and it's getting to the point that it's been going for so long. You said you've been running this campaign and working with it for 12 years now.
Yeah.
From a public's perspective, do you think the fact that it's been going along and talked about so long, that people are getting tired of hearing about it? Do you think that's a positive, you know, people thinking, oh, just get it in? Or do you think it's actually turning against where people are sick of hearing about it and don't want to show their support? Where do you feel the public stance is now?
Yeah, probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
But we'll work with that. We'll yeah, if people are grumpy that it's not done and dusted, then that's a good thing. So they should be grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm grumpy about that too.
Sure.
12 years is a long time to fight for something.
Absolutely. That's huge.
Yeah, this is so important to us.
Yep.
So important. We're not going to stop till we win it, and we will win it.
Fantastic.
And we all know we're going to win.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Sure. And so people, you know, in all walks of community are still interested in the public. Where do you think if they wanted to get behind it, or like you said, looking for campaigns that they can join and get alongside, you know, where can they turn for information or join groups? Where can they look out to see these new movements happening? Is it the social websites, or are there go-to places, or?
Well, I think social media these days is really, really important in all these campaigns. However, I think there's no substitute for a mass community meeting, and hopefully if we can get one of them off the ground, then everybody can come.
Great.
And we can all talk it out, and we can all meet each other and get along and build something incredible.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, but people are welcome to call me if they want to work with me. My number's 0412 109 160.
If we want to head on to the Couch website, we can put that number up and people can look you up and look for more information and see where they can go from there.
That would be great.
Good. Okay, so if you'd like to be involved with the campaign, like we said, if you're sick of hearing about it, let's get over and done with and move on with other politics such as, you know, carbon reducing. And this issue is about equality. It's for all Australians, and it's important that we all stand together. It's an equal rights issue. head to the Couch website for more information, or if you want to get actively involved, that's what we want to hear now. So it's thecouch.com.au, and you can see the number for Farida and a couple of links for some information pages there as well. And we hope to see this topic over and done with, and then we can move on and celebrate marriage equality together and get on with some fantastic weddings around Australia. Thank you for coming to the Couch.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, great. So we hope to see more happening, and if there's campaigns, we'll definitely get you in and chat more. So
Brilliant.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Cara. I'm looking at this brand new book called Turn Yourself On. We're talking, I had to get it right, Turn Yourself On. We're going to talk to the author after the break. You're off to bloody Singapore. Well done. Thanks to Singapore. Welcoming you with Scoot Airlines. Thank you to Scoot. We'll be back with more of the Couch after this, talking to Turn Yourself On. Have you ever had to do that, Matt?
Many times.
Welcome back to the Couch. Now, we were expecting to call Marina J in the break, but unfortunately she wasn't available and it went to voicemail, being a 3-hour distance over east. We're not able to do that interview today, but this is her new book. It's called Turn Yourself On. It's a fantastic book. Turn Yourself On is for you to get your fabulous back after upset with him and her in his life. So it's all about relationships. Marina J has written this book. Look out for it. It's called Turn Yourself On. It's out at all great bookstores, and unfortunately we won't be speaking to her today, but if you get the book, if you love romances, get it for yourself. There you go. All right, earlier today I had a wonderful opportunity to have Armanda in the studio to record a cooking segment. Unfortunately, she's busy for the rest of the year, so she won't even be here next week for our last cooking show segment. So we took the opportunity to record one this morning, and here's what happened. And always a pleasure to have with me in the studio this cheeky little cook, Armanda de Luz. Welcome back from
Nice
Amanda's
to be here.
Creations.
Yes, Amanda's Cuisine.
Cuisine.
Yes.
You create sauces. and
Desserts.
Desserts.
Amazing desserts.
Now, I wish today you'd brought in those creme brulees, but I'm going to have to come over to your house and try.
You have, or you can go Friday.
Where?
To the Hawkers Market. We'll be there.
Can we try them? Can
Yes,
we?
you
And when
can.
do the Hawkers Markets finish?
In April.
Oh,
so it
well,
goes
you got
from,
no excuse.
From October to April. No
So we'll go down on a
excuse, yeah.
Friday night, check them out in Forest Place.
Yes.
The Hawkers Markets, folks,
Yeah.
and you'll see Armanda and her daughter there cooking up some beautiful desserts. Just say you know Fred and they'll charge you 50% more. There you
Yes.
go. What are we making today for our last show?
Today we're doing the cream horns, so with cream custard
Now, I'm
horns.
going
So
to
they're
hold
beautiful.
one.
Yeah.
Tell
this
me
is
about
a
the cream horn. What's involved in making
puff
one?
pastry, homemade puff pastry, and then you roll them, and then they have to be baked. They're not fried, and then you pipe them with this beautiful custard, which
that
is a
one there for
cream
you.
custard
Now,
horns.
tell
Very
me how
simple.
you make the custard.
That's a secret. I've got to kill you if I tell you that.
Oh,
so
really?
come on.
So when do we
Black
eat
magic.
cream? When were these created? Were they created by the Italians or that's a lie?
Well, the cream inside is by the French because it's the creme pâtissier, which is a French custard,
Mm-hmm.
but we make it a touch lighter by adding some cream to it.
I
That's
love
that's
it.
why. So
You know, we
it's
tried the
very
cream.
simple. If anyone wants this, can
Yep.
just call me. I'll deliver to your house. The
Can
cream
you
in
make
the bag.
the cream, can you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
good.
make.
Can you get me about 50 litres?
Not a problem. I'll do that.
I'm serious. You know what? The cream is one of the most important, folks, ingredient when making desserts. And if
It
you don't
is.
get the cream right, you might as well throw
Nothing
it all
works,
out.
that's
and,
it.
And that's usually the easiest, but the hardest thing that people forget.
That's
When
it.
I was a young guy, my mum used to make that custard cream
Yeah.
homemade with, you know, the nurse's corn flour and the
Yes,
custard, Fowler's
that's it.
custard. And then we used to put in eggs you can put in there, and they also used to put lemon peel in there.
Yes.
And then she'd fill the cannoli.
That's it.
Which are a relative of these, of course. These are better. But these days, a lot of people use the Thermomix as well. Have you ever used one of those?
Oh God, that's for lazy housewives.
Yeah, I think so too. All housewives.
That's it. I'm sorry. You gotta do some work. It's good for you. It's therapeutic.
Look how quickly you put those together.
Hey, black magic.
The cream, folks, you can get it from Armanda if you want to know what
Yes.
it's like.
Yeah.
The horns, if you want to get horny.
With Amanda, just
You can
order.
just order.
I can make a package regardless how many numbers you want them. So you can have them the shell separate and the sauce separate, and then you can do it the way I did. Very simple.
Tell me, are you guys selling the creme brulees and the horns, or just the creme brulees?
Just a creme brulee at Forest Chase, but the cream horn is going to start available into other markets, which I'm just waiting for the council license approval. But yeah, which will be at Inglewood Night Market.
Are you sure?
guarantee 100%.
Inglewood Night Markets, that's
Yes,
the tip. Be
that's
there.
it.
Check it out. Look up the city of Perth, I think, looks after Mount Lawley. Is it?
Sterling.
Sterling. It might
Sterling.
be. But check them out anyway. Beaufort Street Markets.
Yes,
you can't
that's
miss
it.
out. Now, what are you doing over Christmas? Because this is our last show in November now.
Over Christmas, I'm doing a lot of markets down south. Dunsborough, Boyanup, Margaret River. I'm doing up north a few of them, but yeah.
So those people who are watching us and saying,
Yeah.
oh, she sounds really interesting, what sort of stuff can she do? Now, you go to different markets and you can
Yes.
set up a stall
Yes.
and try some amazing African food, which
That's
is
it.
incredible.
Which is very
bush
good.
tucker, as
That's
you
it.
call it, but it's
Very,
incredible.
very delicious.
You also do sweets. Do you do
Yeah.
on classes at all? Because sometimes people
I
wanna
do.
learn.
I have my own industrial cooking class at home, so I have a great kitchen, great environment. So I give the cooking classes, but we need numbers of 10 or more. So, but yeah, perfect.
Fantastic. Now,
But
if you
this
want to
is a
check out her
wonderful-
website, the Facebook page is on screen right now.
Beautiful.
Please support her or go to our website, thecouch.com.au. Shall we try this for
Yes.
the last time and
Yes.
first time for this year? I'm going to try
Aha.
one.
So am I. I don't want you to think.
I was going to get Tony, our floor manager, to try it, but I know that he's just.
Oh no.
Come over,
He
Tony.
can just.
You might as
Typical,
well
isn't
try
it?
it.
Oh well.
Can we fit 3 people on set? Oh, we've got wide cameras.
In this case, we will.
Here we go. Let's try it.
So yum.
Oh, yes.
Homemade pastry, which makes a difference. Can you?
How crunchy is that?
Telling you.
They are
That's good, isn't
custard horns made by a beautiful Armanda de Luz. Thank you very much. Or should I say thank you? Leave the teeth back in. Thanks to Armanda for being part of the Catch. We'll be back next year to have a bit of a break. Catch her at the Beaufort Street Markets. Also catch her at the Hawkers Markets, or catch her on the web and contact her, because she can do parties, she can do catering, she can
Beautiful.
do anything you need. If you don't ask her first, you won't know.
That's it. Great for Christmas to get the family together. Takes 2 seconds. I done all the work. You just get to enjoy. He's having an orgasmic moment. It's just delicious.
I don't think that's the horn. We better go before Tony explodes on the set with custard. Thank you very much to Armanda for being part of the Couch this year. We had a lot of fun recording that segment, and you can catch the show on the net as well if you missed it on thecouch.com.au. And we look forward to having her back, and catch her at the Beaufort Street Market selling her caramel beautiful desserts with her daughter out there every, I think it's Monday nights actually, at Inglewood. And of course, you can catch her at the Hawkers Markets in the city on a Friday night. Thank you very much to Tony, our floor manager. That is it for today. Don't forget this wonderful self-help book. It is called Turn Yourself On. Marina J. If you've got relationship issues with him or her, catch the book. It might help you with some of those problems. Thanks for watching today. We do appreciate you viewing. And next week is our last 2-hour show. We'll see you next week. We'll leave you with a fantastic local act. It's called Georgina DeCaff. Here she is. We'll see you next week. And what's the song? Trust in Us. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Sitting in your car and you're driving so fast, it feels like we're flying. But we don't know where we're going or where we're trying to get to. We're just flying with the breeze. And take my hand and take a breath and trust we made the right decisions, and trust in us. 'Cause it's been a while since you came around, and I miss your smile, yeah, I miss your smile. Said it's been a while.
So tell me why you were so far away, and why you didn't just stay and take my hand and take just trust we've made the right decisions, and trust in us. 'Cause it's been a while since you came around, and I miss your smile, yeah, I miss your smile. Said it's been a while. And I'm not quite sure when I'll see you next, but I won't lose faith, no, I won't lose faith that we'll meet again by the sea. So take my hand and take a breath, and just trust that we've made the right decisions, and just trust in us.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Oporto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen, grilled, not fried. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.